Hey Cowboys Nation, it's Alex back again with another absolutely massive story coming straight out of Dallas, and before we even jump into this one, I gotta stop and ask you something real quick because I see it every single week. Most of you guys watch my videos, but you're not subscribed yet, and I don't want you missing a single second of what's happening with our Cowboys, so go ahead and smash that subscribe button right now, join the family, and be part of every single breaking update, and I promise you, this one right here is the kind of story you do not want to miss. Now let's get into it, because this right here is one of the most emotional and shocking updates we've had in a long time. We're talking about Micah Parsons and a new report that says he made one final effort to remain a Dallas Cowboy before things completely fell apart. Now, if you're a Cowboys fan, you already know Parsons isn't just another player. He is the heartbeat of this defense, the guy who changes games by himself, the one player other teams literally design their entire game plans around, and to that he went all in with one last push to stay in Dallas before everything reached the breaking point is the kind of news that makes you sit back and realize just how wild this offseason has become. So let's break this down, because the details here are incredible. According to this report, Micah Parsons sat down with the Cowboys front office and tried one last time to find common ground. Now think about that for a second. This is a player in his prime, one of the top defensive players in the entire NFL, already a multiple-time All-Pro, and instead of just storming out demanding a trade or shutting down communication, he made the effort to sit down and say, hey, I want to be here, I want to finish what we started, I want to be the cornerstone of this defense. That's not the move of someone who doesn't care about the star on the helmet. That's the move of a player who desperately wants to stay but just needs the organization to meet him halfway. And what did that conversation look like? Well, from what's been reported, Parsons made it clear he wanted long-term security. He wanted to know that the Cowboys were going to invest in him the same way he's invested in them every single Sunday since the day he was drafted. Remember, this is the guy who turned the Cowboys defense from average to dangerous. He is the guy who became the face of this team right alongside Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb. He is the guy who has been the emotional spark plug every single week, and what he was asking for wasn't crazy. He just wanted to know the franchise valued him enough to back it up with a real commitment. But here's where it gets tough. Apparently the Cowboys front office wasn't willing to go all the way in, at least not yet, and this is where that phrase one final effort comes in, because sources say Parsons walked out of that meeting realizing this was that he had tried every possible way to make it work, from showing up early in the offseason program to keeping communication lines open to even being patient while other guys around the league signed their massive extensions. But when he realized Dallas wasn't ready to match his effort, that's when everything shifted. Now stop and think about the bigger picture here, Cowboys Nation, because this isn't just about money, this is about loyalty and legacy. Parsons is the type of player who could go down as one of the greatest defenders in franchise history. He's on that kind of trajectory, and the fact that he made this push to stay shows you he sees himself as a Cowboy for life. He doesn't want to be remembered as the guy who left, he wants to be remembered as the guy who brought the star back to glory, and for fans that should mean something, because it proves this isn't just business for him, it's personal. So what happens next? That's the question hanging over everything right now. Some insiders believe this final effort might have actually softened things behind the scenes, that the Cowboys might have realized, okay, we can't afford to lose this guy, we need to find a way to get this deal done. But others think the damage might already be done, and Parsons may now be looking at his options, with other teams watching this situation like hawks waiting for the first sign that Dallas might really let him slip away. And let me just throw this out there. Imagine what the league would look like if Micah Parsons ever put on another uniform. That's not just a loss for the Cowboys, that's a nightmare scenario for the fan base and the front office, because you know if he goes anywhere else he's going to wreak havoc and make sure Dallas remembers every single play why they should have locked him down sooner. But here's the wild part. Even after all of this, Parsons hasn't trashed the team, he hasn't gone to social media and blasted anyone, he hasn't turned on the fan base. In fact, if anything, he's been respectful through all of this, and to me that says even more. It shows he still has love for the Cowboys and is holding out hope even after that final push failed, and that is rare in today's NFL, where players usually air out their frustrations the moment negotiations break down. Now Cowboys Nation Hey Race, where I want to hear from you. Do you think the front office messed up by not sealing the deal when they had the chance, or do you think they're just playing a long game waiting for the right timing to make this happen? Because I'll be honest with you, if they wait too long, they might just lose the one guy who can single-handedly carry this defense into the future. And don't forget, there's also the ripple effect here, because if Parsons isn't happy, what does that do to the locker room? What does that do to other young stars on the roster who are watching this play out? Guys like Trayvon Diggs or CeeDee Lamb, who also want to know that if they give everything to the franchise will give back to them. This isn't just about one player, it's about the message it sends across the entire team and even the entire NFL. It'll tell you what, though, as much as this story feels heavy, there's still one huge positive we can take from it, and that's the fact that Parsons made this final effort in the first place, because it proves he wants to stay. He isn't running from Dallas. He isn't looking for an easy way out. He is fighting to keep that star on his helmet, and that's the kind of player every fan should want to root for. So Cowboys Nation, buckle up, because the next few weeks are going to be massive for this franchise. If the front office wakes up and realizes they cannot afford to let Parsons walk, then maybe, just maybe, we look back at this as the moment things turned around. But if not, we might be looking at one of the most painful what-if stories in team history. And listen, I know emotions are running high right now, but that's why I love doing these videos with you guys, because we get to talk about it in real time and share exactly what's on our minds. So drop a comment right now and let me know, do you believe Parsons will still be a Cowboy long term, or do you think this final effort was really the last straw? And before I let you go, don't forget I've got a full breakdown video already up on the channel where I go deeper into the timeline of how we even got to this point. So after you finish this one, go check that out, because it will give you even more perspective on just how crazy these last few weeks have been. Alright, Cowboys Nation, that's going to do it for today, but trust me when I say the second there's another update on Parsons or any other breaking Cowboys news, you know we'll be right here with the latest. So make sure you're subscribe, turn on those notifications, and never miss a video, because this story is just getting started. This is Alex signing off. Stay strong, Cowboys Nation, and let's see how this one plays out together.